So this is how I make simple R&B samples that work. Basically for the sound we're gonna use, diving into a keyscape. Here's LA Custom Softest preset. I'll show you guys. We got right here, basically our chord hits. I'm on the scale of F minor, and I just like having like 3 to 4 chord hits per 4 bars that I use. To be honest, I love going up, going down. Super simple. Definitely steal this method. Just going up. You don't even have to go back down. Like you just go back up. Like copy this, and you don't even have to change this last chord. You just go back up and then go back down. But this super simple and super effective. So like I'm starting on the like 1 7 6 5 4. So this was 4 5 6 chord progression, right? Super simple, super effective when you go like up. And yeah, I did go down, did a little transition chord right here. And nothing crazy, no inversions either. Keeping it super simple. I like having all my chord hits on the grid, so not having any tricky chord progressions where the chords might hit something like this. And even that, I don't know, just having it like more on the grid. On the grid, when I mean like these lines. Oh, it just keeps it simpler, and I guess it's like easier for the ear to hear. And obviously there are no rules in music, but I'm just gonna find a lot of success in having these samples on the grid. A lot of people who I study just keep their samples like super simple on the grid. So yeah, that's what I try and do. And I used to mess around with a lot of 9th chords. Again, from like studying people who I want to study, they just use a lot of 7th chords in their MIDI. So kind of makes sense. I mean, I get it. And again, no rules in music. Do what you please. But yeah, I've been rocking with 7 chords for a while now. Same thing with bass notes. I used to rock with 2 layers, but I mean, for the people who I've been studying, they just have 1. So I'm trying to replicate what works. So I only have 1 to keep it simple. So take away the 9th, take away the 7th chords, and yeah, it just sounds good. I've come to find a lot of success, like not adding stuff per se, just taking stuff away that isn't supposed to be there, you know? And then another thing, when I strumize, really easy to kind of, I guess, get carried away. So we'll go like, let's do this as an example. To feel like this sounds good. It's not like it doesn't sound good. Like that sounds cool, but it's not realistic. What I'm gonna find is having like a very subtle strum only works better. Like, you know, like something you can, like you can kind of barely hear it, but it just sounds more realistic. That's why it works better. So yeah, when I strum my chords, I tend to strum them not as aggressive as I used to when I first started strumming my chords. So a little more subtle, sounds a little more real. And that same exact rule applies with velocities. Randomized velocities. So as I like study, like people want to study their velocities, bro, like I take them way lower now than I used to. I used to like randomize what in FL Studio 75%, just randomize around there. Now I drop this joint down to like 38%. I get them all at 38%. Then I randomize, and I used to randomize like boom, that looks cool. The randomization's at 28%, but I've just seen people who I want to take after randomize closer to like 45, 47%, more aggressive randomizing and at a lower velocity than I think. So. And I guess like when you're playing piano, it only makes sense, you know, you hit some notes that are like way lighter than others in real time. It's a skill to like do a lot, like, you know, but we're all humans. So it's like only more realistic when you bring the velocities down more than you think and randomize them more than you think. So definitely just keep that in mind. And also as of late, I've been messing around with vocal samples and drum samples. Vocal samples, really. I load in a vocal sample, like this. She from the city. And then I know that like the last chord was like, he's like, she's from the city. So that chord's gonna be like, dun, you know? You hear me? It's like, dun. Yeah, so I like to match vocal sample and create chords to match the vocal sample. So I just know that the chords will sound good in the whole sample. I do that a lot, little tidbit. But that's how I make it simple too, because I don't like, my brain just doesn't go like adding stuff and be like, oh, this will sound cool, this will sound cool, this will sound cool. It just goes with whatever the sample gives me. And I know that it'll work together, you know? Yeah, that's another hack. Definitely steal that hack. But yeah, also the same does work with drum loops, which is cool. You just add a little drum loop in here, but it doesn't really have the same effect as vocal samples I've gotten, because it'll just basically tell you like the notes that you should put on the top too. A little tidbit like this note I knew was the note that he hit with his voice, and so it just helps add that as your top note of the chord and just build the chord down, and then boom, every chord's given to you. Turn on sample scale and just skip a white note, and then yeah, you literally just have the chords given to you through the voice. So that's a hack. Also, simply put, variation is awesome. Where I add a little transition note, or I'm sorry, chord right here. But also for 4 bars, I like to do something different just to spice it up. So I added this little melody run, super simple, like straight up, just basically going back down, just like these chords are. I take an octave lower. I'm basically using all the chords, all the notes that are in the chords already. So that is a hack too. Try and use mostly notes that are already in the chords. It'll help you out a lot since it'll already sound good, you know. In regards to the melody, I like keeping it in the middle of every 4 bars or at the end of every 4 bars. That's what I kind of find success with. It just sounds better. I don't know, like wherever you could put a melody in a 4-bar loop, having it like in the middle or at the end of every 4 bars just sounds the best to me. So just steal that, because that trial and error, I'm telling you. And I believe that's really it for my chord progressions like themselves or sounds. These are my sounds that I use in my little my samples nowadays. Straight up 2 key sounds, 1 pad, 1 bass, and a couple different versions of vocal. I have like a little regular vocal to catch people's attention. I always cut that bitch like just to make sure the vocals come in as soon as possible. Make it catchy. It's a little regular vocal, a little high pitched vocal, a little drowned out vocal, a little high pitched drowned out vocal here. So I like to add variation just because I got 4 different types of vocals here. But yeah, I kind of got like an open section, full section, open, full, open. I like having like my pad and my bass come in at the same time to add like this cool effect. Usually like switching my key sounds to make this effect even hit harder. But yeah, I'm saying just like 2 key sounds and only 1 playing at one time, 1 pad, 1 bass, and just that's it. The melody that I usually put nowadays is in my key progressions. So I was throwing a little perk loop to make these sections sound a little more full. But yeah, super simple. Because you got like a 1 catchy section, then a little chorus section, you feel me? Then a little open section for a verse here. And then go dive in another chorus section with a different vocal sample. And then yeah, another little open section. Right here, the bass, I'm telling you, as a recent, I've noticed that basses, if you get the bass right, it changes like everything. So just make sure you get this bass right for R&B samples. Super important. And I usually just copy the 1 layer bass notes. That's literally all I do. For the pad, I literally only, like I straight up copied exactly the progression. So nothing crazy. If you wonder what those sounds like here, they sound like a bass. I do like making sounds that complement the both these sounds that have the chords. I like making them that complement each other in regards to frequency range. So like you can hear like this piano is obviously like lower in frequencies in regards to like the peak of the frequencies in the sound, and this is a bit higher. Just helps because the frequencies aren't clashing. So a little tidbit. But yeah, that is basically how I make simple R&B samples that work. Follow all these steps, steal them, at least steal them, because this is just straight up what works. So if you do like this sample, it is available in my latest loop kit that I just launched, Fake Love. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below, as well as the subscribe button. Click that joint if like watching videos and samples like this. And yeah, that loop kit does have 30 loops just like this one, perfect for that little Drake R&B vibe. So I want to cop that joint, go peep it. And yeah, I will see you at the next video if you want to get this sample, hear this joint turned out.
She from the city and she's got something about her.